What's up, everybody? Welcome to another VPN chat. Now, this is going to be a good one because I got another OG in the building. She's been with me since the very beginning of the plays. She took a little hiatus, and then she rejoined us for a Kwanzaa Family Vacation. I present to you my sister, because she is my sister, like my sister, Simone Wilson. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good, Carlton. Thanks for having
Yes.
me.
No problem. Glad you are here. Like I said in the introduction, like you OG status, because you definitely you were in the church service plays.
Yes, when I thought about it, like I was like really in the beginning. Like I might have missed like two or three, but I was like
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely started when you and Alex started coming to the church. You started doing the church plays. I think your first one was it the Easter one? I remember you danced to Emmanuel.
I did dance to me. I don't know. I have no idea what that one was. It could have been Easter. It could have been Christmas because we played Emmanuel year round. So I have no idea.
We did. We did. We play Emmanuel all the time. It was just Emmanuel. Just Emmanuel. Emmanuel. No, yeah, that song is a classic. I love that song. I love that song. It had to be. Yeah, it had to be Christmas. It wasn't Easter. It was Christmas. Yeah.
I feel like it was Christmas too. I feel like it might be cold.
Yeah. I just remember you saying we used to dance to this at my old church. So I was like, okay, well, you gonna dance to it at this church.
It was easy. It was an easy transition.
Right. Okay, so the very first main stage play you did though was Judgment Day 3.
It was Judgment Day 3, yes.
Yes, it was Judgment Day 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that because that was a journey.
Yeah, I think that was like your first time saying, I'm a director and I need y'all to listen to me. Like, it was like, I mean, of course you directed before, but I think for me, I could tell it's like your first time saying, listen, I have a vision, and if you do not execute this vision, it's going to be a problem.
I just remember like I don't know, we just could not get it together. Like,
I remember it was like one person that was messing up, and then we would all start messing up. And he was like, all right, back to like those claps. Started over, we're going to the beginning. I was like, okay, we're going back to the beginning.
not the
And then
claps.
it was do something wrong. We were, start over. Like the scene, we have to start over. And we was like, oh, what's going on? We were all concerned after like the third time redoing it. He was like, we'll be here till midnight. We was like, midnight? I'm not, I'm not staying till midnight. But you was like, yeah, you are. Yeah. Until everybody gets it right, we're staying. And I think it might have been like 11:30 at the last run, and you were satisfied.
It was just so much going on. It was like you said, people couldn't get their lines. Um, we did have an older person in the cast, and she kept messing up. It was
it,
just
and I felt like, no offense to her, it was, but she would mess up and it would mess other people up,
yeah,
because they like trying to like catch what, because listen, y'all, she wasn't really saying her lines, which we get. You can do that, but don't be talking about Sunday and we in Tuesday.
right,
Like
right.
nobody, we would have to like try to follow along, and we just always get messed up.
And I don't want people to try to get me on some ageism stuff. And it wasn't just her. It was some young people messing
No,
up. It was some young people messing up too.
yeah, we would definitely mess up. Like even if she would like, okay, besides that part, there was something we was doing wrong. We would come out with the wrong clothes on, and you'd be like, "That's not what you're supposed to have on in this scene." You would literally just stop and be like, "That's not what you're supposed to have on." So it was definitely us messing up too. It was, I'm telling you, you had a time that night.
It
I don't
was
know what
it was a cluster. It was a
it was.
cluster F.
It was.
I remember one rehearsal. I remember one rehearsal. Malcolm pissed me off so bad because he was like, we was talking about rehearsing, and he was like, "Oh, I gotta go get this money." I was like, "Excuse me." He pissed me off so. He pissed me off so bad.
He gotta go, man. He was working at Crystals.
Like, I gotta get this money. I was like, "Bruh, really?"
I'm so weak.
I, I was like, man, but you know, and then my mom tells this story all the time too, because the night of the dress rehearsal, I think she came and brought some food or something, and she said you came up to her and was like, "Miss Clay, please pray for us."
Listen, Carlton, you was over it. And like I said, I had never seen you like that. Like, of course, we did the church plays together. And I feel like that might have been, I mean, Justin Day was a church play, but we did like our church play together. And I feel like there might have been something else in between. But like Judgment Day, I was like, I've never seen this Carlton before. Like, and I was like, I need somebody to come lay some hands on something or somebody for us to get it together.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a lot. And then, okay, me and Kendra actually just had this conversation. So the day of the play, the night of the play, do you remember that one of the cast members like was 30 minutes late?
The night that the play happened,
Yes,
I feel like just because you said that, I do remember, but it was like we were
because
freaking out, but they
yes,
scenes wasn't until like a little bit later on in
yes,
the play.
and
And they
so
got
yup, they got there. So basically, what I told I mean, like I said, me and Kid literally just had the conversation. I had Jay Reed perform an extra song because I was like, bruh, one of our cast members is not here. And the reason why she wasn't there because she got her hair braided that day. And she was like, I remember that. I was like, what are we gonna do? If she, I think I remember I was getting my mom prepared to play that part, even though it was a female part. I was gonna make it a man part. I was like,
listen, we're gonna switch it up real quick. Y'all just go with it.
oh Jesus
I
Christ!
don't remember why she was late, but I do remember being late and we were like freaking out. We was like, what's gonna happen? It was like, well, her scenes aren't until later, so like try to drag out your scenes. I think I do remember you saying that, like don't rush the scenes. And we was
Yeah,
like, okay, but that's all I remember. I don't remember freaking. I'm pretty sure at the time I was freaking out, but I don't remember.
but yeah, but we got through it. Praise Jesus! The play went. Everybody got their lines together, entrances and exits together. It it flowed, and we got it done.
Yeah, I do remember though, like maybe like the day before we had to like fast. Like everybody was fasting because we was like, we need this to work and we need to make sure this is the way it's supposed to be. So we're fasting. I can't remember. I think me and my sister was like, we're not gonna watch TV.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think ours was like TV or like at the time social media, but it wasn't really that big. So it was like TV slash social media slash like the internet.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't remember that because we had went to the lake and somebody was like, tell them to ask us about something. It was like, oh no, we're fasting. And they was like, you fasting? Like, don't worry about it. You'll understand later. Like, but I do remember that. I do remember that.
Oh Lord. Yes, definitely. Yes. Next
Yeah.
play. Next play, the Lord's Prayer.
The Lord's Prayer. Okay. The Lord's Prayer is like the first one that we went on tour with, right?
Yes.
Okay. I remember the Lord's Prayer. I don't remember a lot because I was in school at the time, so it's a lot of overlapping between high school and that. But I do remember us going on tour, and I do remember a lot of weird stuff happened when we were on tour. I do remember those weird moments on tour.
um, so so yeah, so when we did the play, right? So
Mhm.
that was interesting. That was just interesting because first of all, I don't know why in my mind I decided to do tap dancing during that play. I don't know why I was possessed to be like, oh, I'm gonna tap dance through the play. I don't know why I decided to do that.
I don't remember that.
Yes, I had a whole tap dancing solo in the play. Um, yeah, that was.
Are you a tap dancer?
Hey, I took tap at Davidson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took tap at Davidson, and clearly those lessons didn't stick.
It's like, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yes. I remember Neil being super greasy because he had the scene where he took his robe off and he had no shirt on. He was super greasy. I remember that.
I remember Dale being like super quiet, and I was like, okay, that's fine, but they gotta hear you when you're talking, so you kind of gotta speak up. But there was times when we were doing, and I was like, I can barely hear what you're saying, but I just knew my lines,
Yeah.
but I really didn't hear what he had said. But
That was
that's
our, and,
okay.
that, and that was our first time. I think that was our first play actually using microphones.
Mm,
So that was a whole thing. Yeah. But yeah, the tour was interesting. I remember that first church we went to, and the program was extremely long, and it was, I don't know, it was a lot going, it was a lot going on, and I just remember we saw we're gonna do this one scene and we out because I think Chaz had to go somewhere. I think she had to go to work. And it was just a lot going on, and I remember like the pastor saying, he said something, I think it was a little shade towards us. I think he was like, you know, if you too good to do something for God, then something he said, something real out the wall. And I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do this scene and be out
um,
because yeah, because
that was that old church we had went to.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm because so I used to go to that church, and it was old when I went, and I was like, yeah. And so when we got, I remember, just remember, I was like, my spidey senses are tingling.
Yes,
Was
yes,
that?
I remember that. You
that was,
kept saying that.
yes,
You kept saying
yes,
my spidey sense of tingling.
yes. Because I was like, nobody should be in here. Like this should be condemned. Like nobody should be walking, sitting, chilling in here. This ain't no. Like nobody should be in here. So
Yeah.
the fact that we were in there, and the fact that I do remember him saying something shady because you looked, and I was like, my spidey senses are still tingling. I don't know. We can leave right now. We cannot
Right.
even do this, and I would
Right.
be perfectly fine. I
Right.
wouldn't care.
Right.
But you was like,
Yeah.
no, we had to see it through. And you did do that one scene, and we literally after that one scene, like we left. It wasn't no goodbyes. It wasn't. We didn't even get a church finger. We like,
Yes. Yeah, I had to get
yeah,
up out of there. Definitely.
fast.
I remember, and like I said, I think we did it a few times, and then you could tell that we were like getting. Some of us were, we weren't used to being together a lot, and I think some of us were kind of like, all right, it's time to separate. I remember that one performance we went to Atlanta, and Dwayne and I was slapping the crap out of each other.
Which one was this in Atlanta? I remember the one we had went to that, like the girls.
It wasn't that,
Uh,
but it wasn't that one. I was talking about. It was like a young girls event,
yeah,
and then they loved Neil. They was crazy about some Neil, but no, it wasn't that. It was the one we went. It was like a big church, and we had,
gosh.
yeah. I just remember me and Dwayne definitely was hard, and I remember he slapped me so hard I fell off the stage, and I had to play it off like I did it on purpose,
Why
but
was y'all? Well, why was y'all slapping each other?
I don't know. I
Y'all was
don't.
talking each other, and y'all was just taking it out.
I don't remember, Simone. I don't know why we were slapping each other. Because I know. Like he rushed me.
I
I
y'all
know
had
this,
to slap.
huh?
I said I remember y'all had to slap, but you was
Yeah,
slapping each other hard.
no, but because no, I know he's. I think he was supposed to hit. I know in the script either he's supposed to hit me or he was supposed to jack me up. Now I do remember that, but
Yes.
for some reason that turned into us slapping each other, and I don't know how that got in, but he slapped the hell out of me. I was like, what is happening? Why are we slapping each other?
I don't understand.
I don't
Why?
understand. I don't understand either. I hope that me and Dwayne can have a VPN chat and see if he remembers that because I don't remember why we was.
He's not going. He probably have to say I slapped you because I want to slap you. Like, that's probably gonna be the answer.
I'm sure a lot of people want to slap me. I'm sure a lot of people.
There's a lot of people I want to slap. So I mean, not a lot
Oh
of people.
gosh. And then we were supposed to continue. Then one of our cast members decided not to continue on
I
with us.
remember that. I remember when everything abruptly was like,
Yes, it was like
and you was like, okay. You,
oh my
so you, okay.
I mean, what can I do? I can make this. I can't make you do it. I was like, all right,
You,
that's fine.
yeah,
I was like, all
true.
right. And I was like, okay. So then we tried to continue on, found a replacement, but it just didn't work out. It was all right. We're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and end that.
I don't remember
I had got a replacement for her, but we it wasn't the replacement that wasn't working out. It was just a lot of other factors that was coming into play. And I just honestly think we were all kind of like, all right,
it.
it's time to the choir fingers, it's time to wrap it on up.
Time to wrap it on up. It's time for
Yeah.
something else.
Yes. Which brings us to Surrender.
Surrender.
Yes.
Surrender was a big deal, I feel like. I don't know why, but I feel like Surrender was a big deal.
Okay.
You know why? Because it came with a soundtrack. And it was like, it was literally like a play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was acting, music. It was, I was like, okay, we stepping it up.
Yes.
Step your cookies up.
I think out of all the mainstream plays that we done, Surrender was the biggest one. I think. Even I think Surrender. I think it was even bigger than Turnaround High School. I know you weren't in that one, but I think Surrender was definitely like the biggest one out of all of them.
It was, and it drew a lot of people to you and like to us, to VP. Like, Surrender was. It was. I didn't realize how big it was going to be until you started saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to have music and people are doing songs." I was like, music songs. I was like, "Oh, this is a big deal."
Yeah.
And then like we would start rehearsing, and I was like, okay, like the rehearsal. I mean, that was another play where we were really good. People were really on it. The rehearsals went really well. But yeah, Surrender was a big deal.
Yeah.
I remember.
That was actually the first main stage play that I actually had like auditions for.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I do remember that. I do remember that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like I said, it was huge. We did the touring thing. We did the play, and then we did the touring thing again. That one was a lot less stressful. One, because I wasn't in it. And two, I just think that there was more of uh a synergy, I think, with this group of people. We actually y'all actually wanted to continue on. It wasn't something that it was like, all right, we're gonna do 2 or 3 of them and we're done. But y'all actually was like, all right, no, we're gonna continue on until it organically stops. And
Yeah.
and I believe that's definitely what happened with that particular production. People still to this day talk about Surrender.
Telling you, Surrender was a big deal. And even like touring was even fun too because we gave it our all. It felt like every time we went somewhere, it was like doing it for the first time again. There might have been 1 or 2 shows where it was kind of like we lagged a little bit, but like for the most part, every time we did it, it seemed like it was the first time doing it. And
Yeah.
I think for me, Surrender was the first time where it was like an opening weekend because we had like 1 show one night and then we had another show another night. Because I don't think I did that for. Did we do that for Judgment Day?
No, Judgment Day we want to do like 1 show one night. That's
Did we
it.
do that for Lord's Prayer?
I think did we have 2 shows? I think we did have 2 shows on Lord's Prayer.
Okay,
I think.
But I know for me, my memory was the first time where it was like Did Surrender have 2 shows in one day?
I think Surrender had 2 shows in one day.
Okay, that's another thing too that was new. I was like, I feel like it had 2 shows, like it was like an afternoon show, and then it was an evening show on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, that for me was something that was like, it was kind of like a big deal because that's kind of like what the mainstreamers do. You know, that's what you do on Broadway. That's what you do in normal plays. You know, at the Mill Theater, wherever they do weekend shows. So to me, it was like, oh, I'm really in this. We're
Yeah.
really doing this. It's like, okay, cool. So, but every time it felt like it was the first time, and that same energy, that same, excitement was always there when we did Surrender.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love Surrender. Surrender holds such a place in my heart. It was a lot of great memories that came with doing Surrender.
Except for the fact that you hate me posting a certain picture.
Yeah, because
Every time I
because we look like siblings in that picture because we're literally almost making the same face. And
yes.
we think of, so I'm sure whatever was going on, we had the same thoughts and it read across our face.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
every time
I think somebody said something stupid, and I think both of us was reacting to that. I think that's what it was.
that's definitely what it was. I feel like I know who the person who said it. I know who said it.
Yes.
Like I know the person who said it because we both would always have that same reaction to that person. So yeah,
Yes.
100%. They said something stupid and we was like,
Yeah.
stop talking, please.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let me backtrack. So yeah, the Lord's Prayer. I think we only did one performance. Surrendered. I think was the first performance we did too. I
That's what
think too.
I feel like that too. I feel like that was the difference, and I could tell like it was different.
Yeah.
The height was different. And then too, it was performances too in between. Correct.
Say that again.
It was performances too with Serena. I think that opened the weekend, not all the time, but that opened the weekend. It was performances too in between.
Yeah. I think so. I gotta go back
Yeah,
and watch it. I gotta watch the tape. It's been a long time.
I remember Surrender more than I remember like Lord's Prayer or Judgment Day. I guess because that's that. But I had a lot of good memories with Surrender, so I remember that a lot. But yeah, I feel like there was either it was in the middle, like the intermission, or it was like before or after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, Surrender was a big deal. We definitely stepped up our cookies on that one.
boy, did we stepped up our cookies.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure. All right, we're gonna jump into the series, College Days, definitely for sure. Um, you came in, you were a guest like for one episode of season 2 when Eugene was at Georgia State. He had came home. It was that Christmas episode, that one little Christmas episode, and then you came in permanently on season 3 as Carla, and then you played it all the way up until, well, you were on season 3 and 4, and then you guest starred on season 5. Um, so talk about your experience on College Days, because I've had this conversation with a couple of people. Just the shooting and actually being like this being your first actual series that you actually were a part of.
College Days was different because we did shoot it very differently than plays. You know, plays you get practice, plays you get places to practice. We get set up times for appointments, to practice. We say, okay, we're going to practice every Saturday at 12 up until March or whatever. With College Days, you get there, the scene is starting. Let's do this scene. You know your lines. Let's go. With College Days, maybe 2 weeks prior, coaches going to send out the locations, the time you're going to be there, what you need to wear, remember how you wear. It was different. It was stepping into something a little bit different. It was learning something new almost too, because I never did that before. And then too, I think College Days overlapped with 2, maybe Surrender and the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah.
Like I was doing at the same time. So I was an actress. Baby was acting. Yeah, couldn't tell me. You could not tell me. I'm doing plays and I'm doing a series. Like this is what they do. This is what they do. But yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
College days was a hoot.
Yes, I just like I said, it was definitely I always say it's my foundation. Like it was definitely a learning ground for me. I learned about producing a show. I learned about directing a show. Learned about actually writing a series. Um, Dealing with so many personalities. It was a lot of people, it was a lot of characters. I mean, of course, I wrote them, but it was a lot of just actors I was dealing with. Um, it was a
I
lot,
remember,
and
I
we were
remember
film.
you was like, massacre, massacre. Everybody about to die. Everybody about to die. It would be like if somebody text, it would be like a 3-point text you like, we can't massacre. Everybody about to die. You're about to die, you're about to die, you're about to die. And it was like everybody's about to die. I only have one person on this show. I don't care. It was oh, it was, oh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Let's be clear. I didn't mean the actual. I don't want because people listening. They're gonna
No,
be talking so he trying to kill people. No, not the
no,
actual. Not the actual part. No, you know people take stuff literally nowadays. They be
they
like, "Oh,
did.
he trying to kill people." No, it wasn't the actual people. I was talking about the characters. The
The
characters.
character.
But
The
I
reason
did.
why is because people wasn't getting their personal stuff together inside their character, you know. So it made it difficult to bring this character to life. So ultimately, the character would have to die because you wasn't putting in the effort for the character.
Yeah. We like I said again. I always want to always acknowledge and give my gratitude to everybody that, which includes you. I want to give my gratitude to everybody that was a part of college. That's because again, it was the beginning, and people gave up their time and their talents. I definitely want to start off with gratitude. With that being said, though, this was part like again, when you came on, we was shooting in Augusta, and this is like the later seasons, season 3 and 4, and this is when people, was like, "Oh yeah, I want to be." I actually, it what with the Georgia State crew, none of them wanted to be actors. They were like literally my friends. I was like, "Hey, can y'all do this for me?" Cool. Augusta crew is a little different. Augusta people, there were people that would say, "I want to be an actor."
Mhm.
It was, "I want to be an actor." They was hit me up, "I want to be in your show. I want to be an actor. How can I be on your show? I want to be an actor." So this was a little different. So the frustration was a little different because you're saying you want to do this, but you're not willing to put in the work. So, and I mean, honestly, 20 years later, I was still dealing with, I was still dealing with it. To be honest, it's some people that's like, "I want to be an actor," and it's like, you're not willing to put in no work, but
Yeah.
yet you trying to get A, B, and C and D. But that's another story for another time.
I think a lot of people don't realize all that comes with it. You know, they think and it's a lot in life. That's a lot in a lot of things. A lot of people don't realize what all comes with a lot of stuff until they get into it. And then it's kind of like, I wasn't expecting it to be this. And instead of saying that, they actions kind of say it for them. And I wish that wasn't the case. I wish they would just say, hey, this isn't what I thought it was. I'm going to bow out gracefully and just tell you that. But a lot of people don't want to do that. And then, too, I think a lot of people don't want to burn their bridges either. They just want to be able to leave and come back when they want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly, like you said, it's all about communication. Like I said,
Mhm.
if you feel like okay, either I've taken on too much or this is not exactly what I thought it was going to be, then just hey, communicate that versus you just not responding or just ghosting your responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just honestly, just being inconsiderate of the people because I always used to preach that you're not the only person that's a part of this production.
Right.
You share scenes with other people. So, like, when you decide to, not show up, just not call and just not show up, or if you decide to, if you don't know your lines or, whatever have you, impacts everybody else that's a part of the show, but more particularly, you impact people that you share scenes with.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
that's a that
100%.
that's a yeah, that's a thing. I just think people it's just all about being considerate.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Being considerate, but I think that's a hard task for a lot of people nowadays. Unfortunately, but hey, that's on them. They got written out.
It was definitely a lot of written. Honestly, it was like some of the. I remember some of the. We definitely had to revise a lot of the scripts on the spot. It was like, all right, well, this person's not in the show no more, so we have to do this, and it was just a lot of
It was.
stuff.
It was. I
Yeah,
feel like the scene that I was there, I felt like the people. I mean, of course, it was because we were younger too, so I didn't have a lot of stuff going on, but they were more committed. And I'm pretty sure later on in the later seasons, things got more and more complicated.
yeah.
Um,
This honestly it did. I think and honestly the show ended early. Like I had like so season 5, what is there that wasn't originally what season 5 was supposed to be, and it was supposed to be longer.
mm,
But I just decided to go ahead. I was like, let's go ahead and just wrap this on up before things get hectic.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So and you
College,
go
but I
ahead.
love College Days. College Days is one of my favorite like shows that I watch. Like I like the plays and too, but like College Days, I felt like I was like, there's somebody should come and pick this show up. Like this is something at the time, it wasn't shows like that on TV about, majority of black kids from their perspective of school and life and how to navigate those things. It wasn't a show really on TV at the time like that. And it was just like there's a platform, there's a place for this, and it should have been picked up by a network, BT. um, to kind of like show a positive light on things, and it not always have to be surrounded about going to a HBCU. It could just like a lot of black people don't go to HBCUs. We go to regular schools, but we still, I mean, deal with life. We still are black. It doesn't take away, the experience. There's still things that should have been said and shown. I feel like.
Yes, that's a very good perspective, and I agree with you. I think all parts of the black experience should be showcased
Yeah.
for sure, definitely.
I mean, college days too had room to where if somebody was going to HBCU, they could have still been on the show. It wasn't like this was surrounded around a college and the students. It was surrounded by the students, and then college had just been a part of what they were doing.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. I definitely agree with that for sure. Now, Carla had two love interests on the show, Jackson and Will.
Okay.
So obviously you don't remember, so I can't even really ask you.
Okay. Fahim, and
Fahim,
then it was
Fahim was
Court.
Jackson and Courtney was Will.
Yes, they were very. Was they love interests? They was just there. They was in love.
I
Carla
mean,
was there.
Carla liked them separately.
Yeah,
Separately.
yeah, separately.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
because what happened was Jackson was acting up, and then so she went on over to
What
Will.
happened? What happened with Jackson? I don't even remember. Didn't he like leave or something? His dad had something going on.
And he Jackson moved away.
Okay. Okay.
Jackson moved away.
Okay.
So Simone, I'm asking you, who did you like Carla better with, Jackson or Will?
I felt like Will. I remember Will, because that was the episode where what was my sister's name?
Leslie.
Leslie. Will was there when Leslie's boyfriend was like trying to like beat on her,
Yeah.
and he acted in a way like I felt like if I was dating somebody, I would want to act like that. Like you protected me and you protected my sister because you was really about to like knock him out, and I was like, yeah, let's go in here and beat him up. So yeah, I prefer Will. I felt like, and until she was kind of like maturing, and I felt like he was going to be maturing with her versus What was the other guy's name?
Jackson.
Jackson versus Jackson. Jackson seemed like, like your young first love. It didn't feel like it was gonna be serious.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, that makes sense. And speaking of Leslie's boyfriend, DeAndre, his name was DeAndre. I loved, like, shout out to Brian. I love, like, when y'all used to go back and forth. Hilarious. It used to be hilarious. It was hilarious.
it was hilarious. And the thing is, like, outside of shoot, we was cool, and he was cool. But as soon as Carlton was like, "All right, action," I was like, "I don't like you. I don't like what you're doing to my sister. Why does she like you? I don't get it." Like, we did have banter, and it was quite funny.
Yes. Yes. Another favorite episode. Well, I'm saying another favorite. I didn't mention favorite, but one of the favorite episodes I like of College Days is definitely we all went skating.
Oh my gosh. I forgot that was in College Days. I thought that was just us hanging out as a crew. And
So yes and no, because I think that was a day we were like all going to hang out, but I said, hey, we're gonna make this a College Days episode too. And so I brought the camera and I said, I'm gonna film everybody skating.
I was just saying, hey, listen, we're gonna make footage however we can make it.
Period.
I remember that, but I really just thought you was filming. I don't remember you saying it was for College Days. I thought you was just filming to have memories. And then I seen it and I was like, oh, I was supposed to be a character. Wasn't. That was Simone. That was not Carla. That was Simone on the wheels. That was Simone enjoying herself. Was not Carla at all.
Yeah, I don't really think anybody was in character. I think we was just all just doing whatever.
Right.
But it made for some really good authentic footage. That's like I said, that's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think one of my favorite episodes was Alex all of a sudden she had that Spanish accent. Was like, why are you talking like that? She was like, what? And still to this day, she still don't realize she has a Spanish accent. I'm like, Alex, like, I don't know why you rolling your R's like that. Stop.
Do you remember when you used to pick on her about the smoking episode when she was passed out with the blood on her face?
But I know that was.
You used to talk about her all about that all the time.
Alex used to crack me up with that cigarette. I was like, why are you smoking it like that? She was like, oh. I'm like, don't nobody smoke like that, Alex. Like, nobody does that.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, another good episode too is when well, this is like the LA episode, but my character went to LA, but y'all was still in Augusta and y'all had the study session and DeAndre was talking about Leslie, and then he left, and then all of a sudden the freshman got into it.
Yes. I need to go back and watch College Days because I do remember that. And we was all just sitting there like, what? Didn't we all like almost like jump him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I need to go back and watch College Days. Excuse the train. It's so rude. And it has the worst timing ever. But anyway.
Like, what is that?
It's the train. It is like 100 yards from my house. It is so annoying. I be at work and it be rattling. I'm like, all right, now you're doing a lot.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy. Okay, yeah. So yeah, College Days definitely. Like I said, from time to time, me and Kendra will go to YouTube and watch a couple of episodes.
Is it on YouTube?
Yes. Excuse me. Yeah, it's still up there.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go and look and watch it.
It's still there. Yeah, it's funny. Like, it's funny because I mean, honestly, when you watch it, you're like, watching that in my eyes now, I'm just like, oh, that's it's a little rough. But back then, we did our thing back then. And like I said, it's also good to just, like I said, it's good memories. And I just every time I watch it, I just think about all the good times that we did have putting that show together.
We did. We had great times, and it was like for the time, it was great. I'm pretty sure it is a little cringy to watch now, but like for the time, it's great. And too, probably like me looking back at the outfits I used to wear because I was a teenager on that show. Like,
Hmm.
oh, girl, the style choices.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna go
get
back
it.
and watch.
I get it. You made some guest spots on the Lions Den as well. You played Sheree's sister. Um, yes. So how was it? Doing transitioning from college days and then doing the Lions Den.
The Lyons Den, I kind of was like stepping back. I had a lot of stuff personally going on that I was doing too. Because I think at that time, that's when I kind of was establishing myself as a makeup artist too.
Hmm.
So I didn't want to spread myself too thin. Um, but I still wanted to be a part of something as far as acting goes. So Lyons Den was fun. I wasn't around too much, but I do remember being around, and it was just the dynamic was funny because nobody liked my sister. Um, the family couldn't stand her, but it was just like I know y'all not gonna have the energy with me because I'll set this whole thing off, and it was never that energy when I was around. Like I never got into like any banter with anybody. Luckily because no. No, it would have been no. It would have been So luckily I didn't have to experience that, but what I did experience when I was around, it was quite funny because you could tell like they didn't like her, but nobody was going to say anything because her family was around.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it was different. It was interesting, and of course, I want to clarify. She's talking about the characters, not the actual people.
Not the actual people, no. The characters, not the actual people, no. Actually,
Yes.
no.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I think it was great for me. It was good, like I said, because of course I still wanted you to do stuff, but I know you were, like you said, like you was doing other things, and that's again. But what the beautiful thing is, you communicated that, and I think that's why it was such an easy transition to like, all right, you can still do some things, but being mindful of the other stuff that you was trying to do as well. It wasn't like you was like, oh yeah, I want to be a main actress, and then like you're not showing up and not let people know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right,
yeah,
right. Yeah, yeah. Like you said, communication. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. And I didn't want to put you in a position where like I might be at work and I couldn't get off work, and you're like, "Well, we had a scene today." I never wanted to do that. I never wanted to be that person and be like, "Oh, well, can we shoot it tomorrow?" And everybody just showed up for this scene. Everybody got their lines ready, and then I'm not there. So it was like, the best thing to do is not to inconvenience people and not to be a burden. So, and the thing is, I was in control of that. If you're in control of something, take care of it. Like it's just that simple.
absolutely, absolutely. Now you like I said, you took a hiatus from the acting world. How was it for you? Because again, you saw the beginning. And of course, you're still, like I said, we're friends. We're like real friends, so we still talk. How was it for you watching from the outside of the progression of
Oh,
Victory Productions?
it was amazing. Like I remember watching Lovers Lane, and I was like, "Oh, we grown ups. We ain't this ain't college days no more. The door don't shut behind us no more. Oh, we in there. We in the room." I was like, okay, okay." I was like, "Okay," but like the acting was improving. Again, okay, it's kind of like this, like the new Tyler Perry movie. I'm like, okay, the acting is there, the scene, like the overall look of the show was better. It was like, okay, like I could start to see things progressing. The actors and actresses that you were getting, you could tell that they were serious about their craft for the most part, and yeah, it was definitely like I was impressed. I was like, oh, it's getting good. You know, I was proud of you. I was really proud of you. I was like, yeah, like Lover's Lane. I was like, oh yeah. Like I said, oh, we grown. What came after Lover's Lane? What was the
Um,
next? Lyons Den too. Lyons Den slowly started to like progress to where it was getting better. The
yeah.
acting, there's that was very interesting to watch too. It was really again like okay, the storyline was getting better. I'm not saying it was bad before, but it was just getting like more complex. It was like, ooh, okay, I didn't see that coming. You know, what else did you do? The movie started to come too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other show after Lover's Lane?
Let me see. What you talking about, drama or comedy? Because we had X Factor, um, we had Brotherhood, Sisterhood, Peace, Peace.
Brotherhood and Sisterhood. Don't now. Brotherhood was really good. I didn't really watch Sisterhood as much, but like I watched Brotherhood and I was like, okay, yeah, this deserves. I mean, don't get me wrong, Love Flame should be on the network, but I was like, Brotherhood should definitely be on the network. Like you had it before, had it, and it was something different. It was something that we hadn't seen before came along and did something similar. So I was like, yeah, this is really good, great. This is a great concept. The storyline, the plot, like it was really good. I was like, oh yeah, Brotherhood is like one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, it's definitely one of our top shows that
Mhm.
really productions. I mean, it's actually my personal favorite show.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely Brotherhood is definitely it's top tier. It's
I can
top
see
tier.
why. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
definitely for
like.
sure. Yeah. So you actually came back. You came back for a Kwanzaa family vacation. Um, I thought it was definitely fun to. I love when, again, as you mentioned, like I said, we got a different caliber of actors I've been working with over the years, but it's always fun when I have an OG come back and they're a part of what we're doing, the new stuff, because I love to see that. I want people that I work with now to understand these people that back then know they had my back and they really was about it. Even if they weren't really trying to do the acting thing for real, they still was they're the foundation and fundamental parts of where I am today. So it's always cool to like combine both worlds.
Right. Like, listen, we didn't have the fancy microphone that y'all, you know, we ain't had a light in that y'all had. We had to hush and be quiet and talk loudly because otherwise he wasn't picking it up. It was not going to pick up on the camera. So yeah, it was interesting to come back uh like years later and be like, okay, this is and then a movie. Like I never did a movie before. Like again, another progression from the plays to the TV shows to a movie. And I was like, okay, I like this. I like this space.
Awesome.
It was
What was like I said, what did you enjoy about shooting the Kwanzaa movie?
um okay. So I remember like when I first was like, yeah, you got the part. Like cool. So I started learning my lines. I was like, oh, let's bring it back. So many memories. So I remember when we first started shooting, I looked in the camera and I was like, nah, girl, you know, you're not supposed to look in the camera. But I hadn't shot in so long that it was like, that's right. We're like, I had to get used to getting back into the flow of things. But that's what I like. I liked getting back into the flow of things. I liked going over our lines. I like having other actors, other actresses to kind of like play off of their energy. I was like, yeah, I forgot how much I love doing this. This is so much fun for me, you know. Um, Having other people there and watching their craft and watching how they play out these characters, that was really interesting, you know. And the movie aspect of it, like we're shooting a Christmas movie in the middle of summer, and I was like, oh wow, like I didn't think of that until I got on set. I mean, I kind of because like my wardrobe was kind of like Christmassy,
Hmm.
but not really fully realizing like it's a Christmas movie and we're shooting it in the middle of summer. I was like, oh yeah, this is like real deal um movie stuff
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, we last year we celebrated 20 years with
Mhm.
Victory Productions. Like I said, such a great night, such a memorable night. Like I said, my favorite moment once again was taking the picture, like having everybody that's been a part, and then like I said, that wasn't even everybody. Like a lot of people couldn't,
Was it?
some people couldn't make it. Um, but just having the variety of people from again from the plays from back in the day to all the way to the latest film, like in one space, that just really did something for me. What was it like for you being in that room?
It was great. It was amazing. I agree with everything everybody was saying about you. Like just to see how far you've come from the beginning of college days, of the plays, of being in church, all the way to, Kwanzaa. It was, I mean, it's immaculate. Just being in that room, hearing people talk about you, and then also knowing I had those same experiences, like knowing that, yes, you do direct, but you also care about people. If someone was having a rough day, you would still want to listen to them, hear them out. You would still try to like figure out some way to inspire them so they could get through what they needed to. Even if they needed to like just have some time, you would give people that. So I mean, being in that room, it was great. It was great seeing old friends. It brought back so many memories, so many happy times in my life. Um, it was amazing. I had so much fun that night.
Yes, awesome. Well, I'm glad to. I'm glad, of course, I'm glad you were there. I'm glad to share those moments with people like you. And like I said again, it just does something for me that people that I've been rocking with, either from when I like from the very beginning or just closer to the beginning, and we're still rocking to this day. So I definitely appreciate you. I appreciate everything. I just like I said, it's always we're always gonna have those memories, and those memories are always gonna bond us together.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is. Especially after Judgment Day 3, it was like locked in. After the claps and the redos, we was locked in for like
Oh man. But yeah, is there anything else that you want to say, or anything else you want to talk about? You got anything else you want to get off the chest?
um no, just go and watch our movie on Tubi. Is it on Peacock?
Nah, Kwanzaa's it's just the Kwanzaa movie's just on Tubi.
Okay, well just go watch our movie on Tubi. If you need some makeup done, hit me up. I'm available.
Yes.
Um,
Oh,
yeah.
real quick. Yeah, I mean, I can't talk. I don't want to talk about the scene because it's gonna give it away. But Simone did do some special effects makeup for Sisterhood 2.
I did, and I really wish I had more of my kit because I really would have scared y'all. Like for real, for real. Like I really would have went there because I do have like some extra stuff in my kit that they would have been like, oh, I'm like, yeah, yeah. But that and then even those like little aspects when you ask me to do stuff like that, I love stuff like that too because I don't mind. I like doing background stuff too, and of course
Mhm.
I'm a makeup artist. And I love um, exploring my craft again. Um, so that was even fun in itself as well.
So yeah, so let's go ahead and spotlight you real quick. If people want to get um their makeup professionally done by professional MUA, how can they
Period.
get in how can they get in contact with you?
You can either follow my Instagram, which is painted faces underscore at painted faces underscore, or you can send me an email, which is my first name, Veronica, WLSN at Gmail. If you see me on Facebook, you can message me, DM me. If you have my number, you can text me. It's fine. I don't buy. So yeah, that's how you can get in contact with me. And then too, I'm pretty sure if you ask Carlton, he does not mind forwarding you my information.
Absolutely. I definitely do not mind at all. For sure. You guys are gonna wanna work with her. So
Yes,
go ahead, get your face beat, as they say.
beat, beats, get your face beats by a professional. That's the difference. I'm a
Yes,
professional.
by a professional.
A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people could beat faces, but they ain't professional. Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm
Uh-oh.
just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No beef. No beef. No beef. No beef. No beef. No beef.
Oh God. All right. Simone, thank you for chatting with me. I definitely appreciate you for spending time with me and talking with me and taking us back to having those memories.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yes, awesome. All right, everybody. That is it. That is it for this VPN chat, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Bye.